We have a super chat from Enter Judas 1 who says, if you could have a spec reworked or reverted to a previous version, which would it be and how? I would personally like like some version of meta for demo. Of course, Demonology Warlocks wanting to get meta back, go back to the old gameplay style. Yeah. I'm really not that sure because in terms of emotional attachment, all I've really got emotional attachment to is Hunters.
Yeah.
I've played everything else since Legion. I mean, in Legion I had one of everything at max level, and I hopped into M+ and done everything in all of those characters. It was a blast. Obviously didn't do that for Shadowlands. Did not do that for BFA. No. Those expansions just didn't work for me as well as Legion did, of course. So it's funny. There's a bit of me that would, I obviously cannot do this or condone doing this, but there is a bit of me that would just love to hop onto like Wrath of the Lich King, ICC private server, so I could see what playing an MM Hunter with mana is like. Because I raided ICC. Who was the other? Or not the other. Who was the? I was a very small hunter. Who was the big hunter at the time? It was Kriparian. So I was learning how to play Hunter with those Kriparian videos that I think were real big videos at the time, right? Also, there was a Tribunal X Hunter. I was Warcraft Hunters Union. There's a Hunter's Lodge as well. I'm trying to remember if it was... what was the podcast? There's a podcast I listened to, and I've forgotten the name of the two guests, but I still follow Michelle Morrow and Artemis Fowl? Artemis Howl? Not Fowl, Artemis... is the Irish books. Yes, no, she was the hunter. Did she guess on that? Anyway, hunters. Basically, I was super in the hunter community, so my answer to that is I'd like to play hunter with mana. I cannot say that that's because it would be a good thing. It would be greatly out of interest, because certainly managing a fight like Sire Denathrius while trying to think about my burn phase and my regen phase for mana, aspect of the Viper, was it, to get your mana back? Yeah. That would be a wild gameplay challenge that I think I'd kind of enjoy, even though it's really dumb. But I remember that was fun. I remember hitting like 9k DPS for the first time around when my guild hit Deathbringer Sarfang, and I think it was like one of the first times I'd like topped a meter before, which I think that set off a little thing in me. Turned me into a terrible DPS player. But that was like special times for me, really special times. So I think that's what my answer would be, even though I know that it's bullshit. I guess to give you another answer that's still Hunter, what, give me back the Warlords of Draenor Survival Hunter. Give me that instead of the Legion one. Not the Legion one. Okay, it's actually two. I'd say give me the Legion SV Hunter over the current one. Because the artifact weapon ability really rounded it out and made that spec feel good. Otherwise, give me the either the Kata SV Hunter, because I played a lot of that and I remember having a great time in the game at that time, or the WoD one. That's my answer.
I don't know if I have too much to add to that, because I can't really think of anything I enjoyed particularly more. It's like, maybe...
Yeah, well, you're a paladin. You're great.
Maybe Legion Prot-Pala, which is weird because I like Prot-Pala as it is now. I just remember playing that a lot, and having off GCD, could heal anyone, basically instantly top them off, Hand of the Protector was a very, very good feeling. But beyond that, it's like, maybe I'd like to see a pre-Blood Talons Feral Druid again.
Whoa,
so I can maybe play that spec and enjoy it. Because I really don't like Blood Talons. I don't like having to reset Tiger's Fury all the time in like multi-target stuff. But I would like to play some of that, I think, a little bit. But beyond that, there's nothing is really coming to mind. Especially because like maybe Red Paladin from MoP, because I really liked. But then I would need the Evil Eye of Galactus again, because I want to use Final Verdict, and I want to have my rotation be. I want my opener rotation to be Wings, Hammer of Wrath, Final Verdict, Hammer of Wrath, Final Verdict, whatever else it was. But it was basically a 3-button rotation that was at like twice the usual GCD speed, and it was just like mashing keyboard greatness. But I don't think there's anything particularly else. But then I was a very Druid and then Paladin player up until up until Legion when I branched out to everything and went, oh, this is all really good, nice.